Well, today we're going to talk as you're going towards this career, as you're, I have people on my Facebook page, Paralegal Coffee Talk, who are sending out resumes and cover letters and being rejected. There's a reason for that. Okay, obviously. Been rejected many times, didn't get any letters, didn't get any emails. Just silence, which can be devastating. But well, I'm going to talk about today one thing in particular, that if you put down 20 goals or 20 steps in order to get somewhere, it can feel overwhelming. When I broke into the legal field, didn't even know what I was getting into, which was probably a good thing then. But now we have the internet, and the internet came about, was invented a little while, just a little while after I entered the legal field. So I didn't have the advantage of that to go investigate. It can feel overwhelming. It can feel as if you'll never get there. And this is the time during this period when you're looking at getting in and you see how many skills you have to acquire, legal knowledge you have to get that you don't have yet. And you wonder if you'll ever get there. The overwhelm can set in. Ugliness from the past can rear its head, ugly head, and affect your decision-making process. You've got to really kick the past to the curb as much as possible. And the negative self-talk, you want to do away with as much as possible. One of the things I do is I pray it away. I pray it away and ask God to take it from me, the negative self-talk. Even at this stage of my life, yes, even at this stage, because the past is still kind of percolating underneath the surface. And then when you have a tough time, a tough day, it's like boom, coming up like a volcano, right? Oh, hi, Mia. And so there's someone in my life right now, or a family member, that's launching something in a different sphere altogether, not in the paralegal realm, and suffering the same thing, and it's a battle. It's a total battle. And so we do have the strength. I pray through it and I ask God to give me the strength, because I seriously don't have it. I will suffer from decision tiredness or fatigue. And I know you do too, because the comments come out about that. The silence can be deafening. That, oh, I don't think I'm ever going to do this. And that's not something to be made fun of or mocked. That's a real fear and real trouble that we deal with here. So go to my website when you have a minute and look up at the top, and you'll see something I added last night called Goals Journal. And it's just a freebie journal that you can print out. And you can print it out, or you can use something like PDF 995, where you can take the PDF journal and put it in PDF 995. I think that's the product. And you can make it fillable so that you could have it up on your screen and you could fill it in. Okay, because right now it's just a PDF, but it has 10 pages of prompts where you can, answer those questions that are there. But the rest of I think it's 100 and something pages, it's just, they're pretty looking pages and they're blank. So you can journal like the goals that you're reaching, the skills that you currently have, and the ones that you're adding step by step. But don't put 20 goals in front of you. That's a long-term process. Do what it might not be realistic. Okay, I'm a little break in. Try to avoid decision fatigue and goal fatigue. Okay? Feeling overwhelmed is very common. Negative self-talk is very common. You're not alone. I want you to hear me. You're not alone in this. So, asking yourself 2 questions. In what ways are you overwhelmed and experiencing goal tiredness, goal fatigue? That's question 1. Question 2 is, what would feel like a more realistic plan to set out before you to get to where you need to go? Okay? Everybody deals with this. You are not alone in this journey. I'm telling you, you're not. Just putting up the course that I developed, there were, barriers that I had to solve those problems. But when you put down those things that are problematic, and off to the right, what will you do? Or a skill you need to have, but you don't. And put off to the right, how will you solve this? Because as a paralegal, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be an ace problem solver. If you're not already, you're going to learn how to be a problem solver by solving your own issues, truly. And that will help the attorney in the long run. But that's what the attorney needs. The question you always have to answer before you go into the interview is, how will I help this attorney? Not how will they help you, but how will you help the attorney? That's the question you always have to answer for yourself, but be prepared to answer in an interview. Okay? But most of all, I want you to brainstorm what that means for the skills you have right now, for the legal knowledge you have or don't have. How will you help that attorney on day 1? Okay, and that's what I teach in my course. So, and I developed it that way for that reason, because you need to go there on day 1 and start hitting it and not feel like you don't know anything. You have to go in on day 1 and feel like you do have some confidence. You won't have 100%, but I want you to have some confidence, and more than some. Okay? All right, so have a great day, everybody. Thanks for putting up with this disjointed video today. The storm wreaks havoc with the Wi-Fi. So any questions, comments, post them below. I really don't coach via email. Sometimes I have people emailing me asking me for advice. I really don't coach that way. I coach via my private groups when people are in my course, but I do a lot in these videos and on Facebook. Okay, so watch as many videos as you can here. Go into look at the 2 different playlists that I've set up here as well. Okay, and don't forget, the final launch for 2019 for the course is September 15th through the 22nd. That's registration, and then it's done for the until 2020. All right, so have a great day. Thanks for hanging with me today, Mia, and anybody else who was here live and on replay. Questions, comments, post them below. Okay, all right, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you possibly in